Hey guys, just wanted to introduce this video. I did a private webinar with some of my customers and I wanted to share some of the questions they had to maybe help you and your library needs. I did a bunch, so I'm going to upload them all. Let me know in the comments what you think of this one. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to subscribe. And I had some issues at the start of this video with my camera, so that's why the video kind of just jumps right in, because legit my camera shut off and this is the first question I answer. Okay, so answer the question. You have a lot of space. We've answered that. I just need to help organizing my crates. Sometimes I get lost. Getting lost in your crates. Another thing I like to do when you get lost in your crates, make what I call feeling crates. And or just make a literal crate for what you want to do. And like, for example, like those down tempo 80s beats, like the Hey Mickeys and stuff. I have a crate just for that stuff. So what I find is if you make cheat sheets, I mean, maybe if you went to college, I know when I went to college, they had these things called cheat sheets that you can bring into the exam. I would make crates that are specific to what you want to do. Or you can use your comment section and type a feeling that only you would type, and it wouldn't contradict any other song. So I would use like a character, like hashtag or an @ and you could literally put in the comments of the song @ happy vibes or @ deep house pool vibes. And what that would do is you could do all those songs that give you those feelings. And again, when you do feel lost, you can type in, where do I want to take the party? Is it the high impact, right? Or that's another one, high impact. So you can put all your heavy club records back to back. So that's ways you can, when you do get lost, you can have those little cheat sheet crates. So I recommend that. But again, there is no easy way to do it. You have to, in a sense, take a day, take a week, take a month, take a year, take many years, like my boy D-Money, and just run through it. Checking out the chat. Chat is looking good. Blue. It's not blue anymore, right? I'm seeing someone say blue. I don't know. Tell me it's not blue. Someone say no, not blue. Okay, good. I don't know. I'm seeing blue. Okay. Okay. So, and to answer that same question, I'm going to show you some quick, easy ways to delete music and not feel guilty about it. Second question. I have a numerous amount of crates in Serato DJ Pro. I don't delete them because I use them often for different sorts of gigs and occasions. With that being said, is there a way to change the color of a created crate? For example, if I could make all my hip hop genre crates, old school, top 40, clean, explicit hip hop, all red, that would help a lot. So to answer that question, you cannot color crates. At least to my knowledge, you can't. I know you can do emojis, like that's a new thing that you can almost, like you can find the emoji on a website, you can copy it with, again, your mouse, Control-C, and then you can bring it into your crate by Control-Ving. I know my boy DJ Machone, he has when he has a fire song, he puts the fire emoji. So those are little things you can do. The only thing you can do with the coloring is the songs themselves. I see that being great, but at the same time, there's just very limited amounts of color. So you could only have, I guess, however much color. Like, I don't even know how many color is in here, but what is it? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So 21 colors is all you can have. So if you have that many crates, you can do the color feature. Yeah, lighter. I'm just not sure if the crate can be the color. So the question he's asking is, can he change the crate color? I just don't think you can change the crate color. That, like, I know there's the blue crates, which are the smart crates, but I just don't think you can actually change the crate color. But again, if that's the case, someone say something and I can... Can you not set up folders and subcrates for what he requires? Yeah, so that, yeah, exactly. That's what I would do. Instead of the colors, the subcrates, or again, using some keywords that are not going to clash with any of your song titles. And like I said, build cheat sheet crates in terms of that. Again, like I have a shitload of them and I literally label them what they are, right? Like if it's white honky wedding, I label that, right? And if it's if it's like really like 90s old school reggae vibes, it's 90s rockas, and I spell it with AZ because like I just know like that's the feeling I want. And it's those little nuances, I think, that you do for yourself that, again, no one else is going to do. Because, again, everyone's different. Everyone perceives music differently. And I think that's not an issue, but again, there is no just right, clear-cut way. And I've always got the scenarios like, well, like if I could just get Scratch, starting from Scratch's hard drive. And it's like, even if you got Scratch's hard drive, that doesn't mean you're going to do amazing. It's just that you have a lot of music organized the way Scratch does it. And Scratch is like on a next level of thinking, where if you're not on that, you're actually going to find his crates kind of messy. So that's one thing, that it's always better to do your own crates, spend the time. And again, I know you have a lot of music, just take it day by day and genre by genre. And then again, that'll like lessen the load, lessen the stress. Because I know I get stressed too, man, when I look at all my crates. And again, I think I have them fairly organized, but there's just still more things I want to do. Let me get to some of these questions here. Can we have a look at your crates to see how things are organized? So I didn't hook up my DJ laptop, and it's not because of that. It's because I'm actually still in the works of doing stuff, but I didn't want to get into so much how I do stuff today. More answer questions and more library cleanup is what I wanted to do. But I have no problem like letting people look at my crates. It's actually very simple. And if you're a part of 8mix, which I guess most of you are, if you're a part of 8mix, that's kind of the way I distribute music. To say it here, there is, I distribute music the way I want it because I want to make it easy for me, right? So like my crate structure is 8mix. So if you have 8mix, you're good to go. Where do we see these questions being asked? Machone, there's a Q&A at the bottom of your screen, and you can type it in, and then as I get to them, I can like answer them or dismiss them. I have a library transfer question that I think we'll add to tonight. In Trinity, hold that, because I'm actually going to go into how to safely back up your hard drive. So I'm not going to go to that one yet. DJ Ritz, how you get rid of doubles? Okay, so that's a Spin Tools, Tim. That's a Spin Tools question. But the short answer is there is no easiest way to get rid of doubles, unfortunately, DJ Ritz, other than the Spin Tools way. But again, it's not there yet. But I had a very good conversation with our boy Tim today, so Spin Tools is looking pretty good. What's the easiest way to get the years added to songs? There is there is no easy way, unfortunately, that there currently, at least, there is no easy way. And the thing is there's technically not even a hack. Like I know when me and Tim were talking about Spin Tools, we talked about that. But like, for example, even sites like iTunes are just as bad. Like, let's say the CD came out in 2008, but it has songs on it from 96. The MP3, the MP4A, the MP4, whatever the thing is tagged in 2008 because that's the year it got released. So that's kind of weird, right? So even if you were to have an automatic, how accurate would that be? Because where is it getting its data from, when even sites like iTunes, and again, I buy iTunes on a daily basis, when even that has issues. So that there, like I said, there is no easy way. Or we put all music into iTunes and search for doubles. So yeah, I mean, there's always the way of again, searching an artist. And again, like I said, don't look at your library as a whole. When you're going to do little things like this, I would say look at it as a crate or a genre or a time period. So again, you're not dealing with 90 years of music. You're going to deal with 5 years of music or 10 years of music. And although that sounds scary, if you get a good 2-3 hours of just solid work, no phone, no distractions, at least for me, you'd be surprised at the stuff you can get done. What are you using to sort your crates, iTunes or Serato? I use Serato. And you know what? That is going to get into my first thing of, how to store your music properly. I've seen a lot of DJs over the years the way they store their music. So I always recommend for everybody, I don't care whether you're using iTunes or not, you have a main folder. You call it main, you call it Serato. I call mine Serato, but it's a main folder called music or whatever. And that is the root folder that you put all of your music into. The reason being is if you go to back it up, you do not want to miss songs and then you delete the current one and then you go to put all your music back and you're missing songs. So the first thing to do is get one music folder. Put all of the music inside the folder. Second thing, that's it. Just put it in there and label the crates the way you want. I recommend having a 90s crate there, a 2000s crate, an 80s crate, a 70s crate. And if you want, put the genres of music within those crates. Or, like I like to do, go wide open. I have acapellas, 80s hip-hop, 90s hip-hop, 2000s hip-hop, 2010 hip-hop, and 2015 to 2018. And then I have a new hip-hop that I can kind of cycle records in and out. That's the way I recommend you set up your folders. So when I talk tonight, I'm going to use two words, folders and crates. Folders, AKA your Mac, your files in your Mac, your folders in your Mac. Crates are your crates inside Serato. My recommendation has always been, since 2006 when I got on Serato, is have your crates match your folders. So if you have a 90s hip-hop crate, it matches your 90s hip-hop crate inside. Why do you do that? Because if Serato were to ever crash, the underscore Serato gets corrupt for any reason, and all your backups didn't work, you lose all your crates inside Serato. If your folders resemble your crates, then it does not matter. So that's the first thing. Like I said, you have a root folder, Serato, music, whatever. Inside that, all of your crates, 90s hip-hop, 80s hip-hop, 70s funk. And again, depending on how you view music, how old you are, depending on how much music you have or the type of events you play, you could get detailed into all of that on a person-by-person basis. Someone like the legend I see in here, DJ Carlos, can play any genre from the 50s, 40s on. So like his crate structure is going to be much more insane than someone who is 18 years old and only playing for the past 10 years. So like, it's always hard to say. But I recommend always one folder, Serato, music, whatever you want to call it, and then literally label every folder like that by year. 2000s hip hop. Because the way I look at it as, you're never going to play a 1996 party. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always going to be a 90s party, an 80s party. And even at that point, again, because Carlos may have something to say about this, but at the same time, no one's going to be that particular in the audience. Like, this song came out in 79 and you're playing it at the 80s party and everyone's upset. I don't think that's going to happen. So that's why I recommend, if you cluster your years and genre together, 90s reggae, 90s hip hop, 90s rock, no one, again, one, is not going to be a stickler for you, but two, you'll keep everything organized. And then when you go to put everything into Serato, it's mirrored. It's mirrored. You'll never miss a song. What do you guys think of that? Does it, like, put something in the chat? Just say me in the chat if you do what I'm doing and you have that one root folder and you put all of your stuff inside. Just so I can see how many people are actually doing that. I'm not judging. I'm never judging. Everything I'm saying, I'm not going to judge. Yes. Okay, good. Good. Another question. On average, how much prep time and crate organization do you do before a gig? I would answer that as, what is the gig? Because for example, I have a long weekend residency, not currently, obviously, because of COVID, but and it's called Power. So I have a Power crate that between parties, and again, that's usually that's a span of a month, 2 months, whatever that is, I can add and delete songs out of the party crate. And what that allows me to do is does not pressure me to then the week before, I'm putting all my crates together. I know what the party is about, but again, that's why I was saying at the start, it actually depends on what type of party. If it's a wedding, I would imagine you'd have some wedding crates. And wedding crates, I mean, just extremely mainstream, because most weddings are that. But again, I would say based on the gig, based on the prep time. But again, have those cheat crates set up so that you don't, in a sense, need to prep. Not that I'm saying do not prep, but you don't have to be stressed about prepping, because you know you got that up tempo 2000s, you know, the Black Eyed Peas and stuff. And again, if you see that dance floor looking a little weary and grandma's getting pissed, you know, you can go to that crate and, you know, get the ladies on, like, stuff like that. So having those cheat sheets, again, doesn't make you bulletproof from a wedding, but again, gets that fear and anxiety out of the way of, oh my God, do I have all that stuff? So do all that prior to, I would even say, DJing, and have that just done already. Is anyone else having an issue where Serato is reverting back to old BPM values? Example, record pools double counting the BPM and then you personally changing it to normal count, but then reverts back to when the tag is changed. Okay, Kid Arctic, that is a hard question because there's a bunch of factors. The key factor that I'm thinking about immediately is your song is in a read-only format. And what that means is it's like protecting the file itself, that you can play the song and do that type of stuff, but as soon as you go to change certain values, it's in a sense locked in the read-only format. So I think that actually may be your issue. If not, we can have a side discussion, because I think there's a bunch more of things that issue at least could be. I have this issue. I can't figure out why when I delete a song on my laptop, it shows it shows missing. I get that part, but even when I delete the missing track, it keeps showing after I reopen Serato. I have no idea. That doesn't even make sense. Unless, are you sure is it a deleted file or is it a corrupt file? Because a corrupt file will keep coming back until you delete it. So I would make sure it is not a corrupt file. FYI. Would it be smart to use smart crates, set rules, then work from there, or do it from scratch? I would say depending on how much work that you actually want to put into it. I mean, if you're down to do that, I'm just saying that's a lot of work, man, because smart crates really work on your tagging. So for those who are not familiar with the smart crates are rules that you can set up for a crate that reads values of your tags in Serato, meaning tags as in your song tags, your artists, your BPM, your keys, your years, your album, your comments. You can set all those little values. And when songs match that criteria, it automatically builds the smart crates, which again is awesome. But at the same time, the way I told you, where if you put like the value, apostrophe at hashtag before the feeling crate that I was talking about earlier, you can actually have multiple smart crates is kind of what I would get at. But again, if you are going to do the smart crates, that's just know that that's a lot of work involved. And again, keep in mind, if you were like screw up the tag, you now like that's now in a folder and in multiple folders, because remember you can have multiple smart crates, in a sense wrong. So I would keep that in mind if you're going to use the smart crates. Okay, I want to show you guys an easy way. I'm gonna put the questions on hold. I'm gonna put the questions on. I want to show you the easy way that I've been doing deleting files, and I want to say guilt-free. So I'm gonna like take my laptop off hold here. Okay. Let me just share my screen here. Okay. Can everyone see my screen? Hit me with a couple yeses in the chat if you can see my screen. I just want to make sure. Dope. Okay, so like I said, these are not my crates, but these are just some crates that I wanted to set up to show you guys some stuff. First things first. So we can all do this together. Like this could be a group experiment, keep in mind right now. So let's all open up our DJ laptops, okay? And you're going to want to get to the main portion of your Serato, right? The all portion. And what I recommend doing is sort by artist. Right? Now, I'm looking at, in this library, all of the songs by these artists here. So, I'm not going to miss any artists unless he's spelled wrong. But what I recommend doing, which is the easiest thing that I've literally been doing, is run through the artists. And if you've never heard of the artist, or you look at a song that you've never heard of before, and you look at the year, and it says 2015, you can delete it. It's okay. You can delete it. If anyone gives you problems, you tell them it's my fault. But you can delete it, believe me. Because the issue is we pack so much music into our hard drives, which then makes our vision cluttered when you're looking at a crate and you have 19 hit songs, but you're looking at 60 songs. That is a problem. That clouds your vision. So you want to decloud the vision. And again, I know everyone has anxiety about deleting songs. If you don't want to delete the songs, you can just remove the songs and store them somewhere else. But I recommend you go through and we do it together. So you go through and again, this is an example, but if you don't know who 21 Savage is or 22, like 22 Savage, like that guy had like that, it's going for sure. So what you do, and you come here and you push Control Delete or Command Delete if you're on a Mac. I'm using on a PC, but I could do it on a Mac if you guys wanted to. Control Delete, Command Delete will get it out of your Serato window, but it'll still remain in the crate that it's in. Control Shift Delete or Command Shift Delete will actually send it right to the trash, where is probably where it should be, because I think we hold on to too much baggage. So with these ones, I always recommend Control Shift Delete. Keep in mind, you don't have to delete or recycle. Don't empty the recycle bin. After that, you can take all of your recycle bin and move it to another hard drive for any reason that you want to keep your stuff. But legit, like, I DJ enough parties and I talk to people, like it's my job almost to talk to DJs. We don't play that many songs. And again, unless you're going to go to a party that needs a certain crate or a certain vibe or a certain set of music, you're going to prepare beforehand. And again, most of us don't like to take requests. If you don't take requests, why are you holding all this music? For what? Like, legit. And another thing that, actually funny enough, shout out DJ and Trinity. DJ and Trinity has no issue pulling out his phone, plugging the aux cord in, and tethering to his laptop and downloading the song from wherever he is in the world. If he can do that, I can do that. We all can do that. And again, if you have a source, you're good to go. I'm sure, even if you have to YouTube it, which again, it's ghetto. I know it sounds ghetto, but you know what? You got to do what you got to do. But what you don't got to do is store a lot of music. And again, if you do not play trap music or hip hop, do not do what I'm about to do. But I'm just saying, for this example, I'm going to Control Shift Delete. And there it is. Stress gone. Stress is gone. Okay. So that is the easiest way. And like I said, I pushed all, meaning every song in your computer, all however many gigs you have, you're going to go through it. And again, I recommend you do this. You scroll through, and I'm telling you, there's going to be artists, there's going to be songs that you've never heard of, that you're never going to play, that you're just holding on to. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get rid of them. DJ Ritz told me that too. DJ Ritz doesn't keep anything. Like, I don't even think DJ Ritz is learning anything on this one, because that guy has an anal library. Pause. But again, again, this library is a very small library that I added to this just for this demonstration. But again, your library will be much bigger and have a lot more stacked artists. So what I recommend is, again, you go through and just start by deleting artists. One, you're never going to play. One, you're never going to know. Like, you will be surprised. One of my people told me today they deleted 89 gigs of songs they're never going to play. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. And I'll tell you, hard drives are expensive. DJ and Trinity just bought one. Hard drives are expensive.
So save yourself some money. And again, it's not hard. It's like, it may look hard, but it's not. All scroll through. And man, like, you can do this on a daily basis for 5 minutes. Scroll through, find artists you don't know, or again, won't play. Like here's a really great example. Like, look at all these Britney Spears songs. Like, okay, like, I'm never gonna play, like, you're never gonna play these songs. Like, these songs are not big songs from her. Like, I don't know why you're gonna keep these. Send them. Get out of here. Oops, I Did It Again. That's a hit for sure. You're gonna keep it. Till the World Ends, I would say, based on the parties you play, maybe, like, if you're playing extreme mainstream, but like, get out of here. Like, you're keeping just, and again, man, like, songs are saved in a really high formats now, 320. And based on how long some of the songs are, dude, you can have like 10, 15, 20 megabyte songs. Now put a whole crate together, 100 songs. Do the math, man. You're wasting space, man, on nothing. And again, believe me, people, when I say it, I've had anxiety as well about deleting stuff. And other DJs make me even have more anxiety when I'm telling them I'm deleting. Guy, do not delete anything. No, man, I'm telling you, I have never felt better about my library than I do right now after just clearing the clutter. Okay? So like I said, man, just get rid of the artists. Just start by getting rid of the artists you don't know. Like, that's all you need. Just the artists you don't know. And you'll be surprised on how good that will be for your library. Okay, let me put this on hold, come back here, answer some more questions. In my Serato crates, I also put in the comment tab the folder it's in, for example, reggaeton bangers. So if I ever have to recreate the crates, I search for those. Yeah, man. So actually, Mitchell, I don't know if you caught me when I was saying that, but like, that's kind of what I was doing. But you're saying you're making like sub crates within the tags themselves, not actual crates, right? Like, you're not your comment section is actually not what the crate is called. The folder is called in your computer, I think is what you're saying. But yeah, that's another great way. Like he said, if you didn't get it, in your comments section, in any section, it doesn't actually matter. Just in any section that you're not going to use. Another one that I like to use is called the grouping tab. I don't know, there's a couple of tabs. The label tab, composer. I mean, I don't know if you're going to type the composer's name, but again, you can put a couple tabs that, again, no one's ever going to see. And again, just have these certain ways that you say reggaeton bangers, hip hop classics, 90s bangers. And again, just will bring that small list of songs when, again, I mean, everyone panics, sometimes, and, you get overwhelmed with what's going on and you can't think of a song and maybe your dance floor is not doing too well. We've all been there. So you need those cheat sheets. So again, you type that in. And again, the reason why you can't pay someone to do your hard drive is because they don't know what you know. So again, when you think of what's the next, it's reggaeton bangers, it's hip hop bangers, 90s hip hop bangers, whatever the case may be. So again, use those little shortcuts to get through. I have some FLAC files with the lightning bolt symbol in Serato. That sometimes causes it to crash. But using third-party analyzer software and listening to the file, there's nothing wrong with the file. Can the lightning bolt symbol mean something else? So the lightning bolt symbol to me has always meant bad things, like really, really bad things, like almost to the point of get it off your computer, because like weird things can happen to your Serato, and I've seen it, unexplainable things, Serato crashing, like you didn't load the song, but like I just recommend get rid of them. Another thing, if you have an editor, Ableton, SoundForge, Cool Edit Pro, like whatever you're using, load the file in, resave it as a WAV, resave it as another thing, like another file format, and then put it back in Serato and see what happens. Most of the time, that's actually what it is. In Trinity, Cool Edit Pro, I know you used to use that. When you do stuff like that, you'll see that it's just, I don't know, just the codec, maybe the sound codec did not save properly. So maybe that's the reason why it's showing it. But even Serato, if you read the forums, has never really answered what, a corrupt MP3 is, because again, like you'll play it on your, your iTunes or whatever player you have, it'll play fine. So that's always something that I've always wondered as well. But like I said, if you can export it to another thing, and again, you can download some free conversion, like even online, download a free conversion thing where it's like convert FLAC to MP3, convert FLAC to WAV, and just like send it there and just see what happens. Like it's always about testing, because like I said, Serato has never said this is what the criteria is for a corrupt song. What are your thoughts on DJs and their content needs? I don't understand the question. Content needs, like graphic content, like promotional content. If you can be a bit more specific and maybe re-ask that question, just because that's a really open format question that I'd like to dive in deeper if you can get a bit deeper. So re-ask the question if you, because it was anonymous, so I can't see who it was. Ever had the problem where new songs purchased / downloaded from iTunes are not showing up in Serato even after running Analyze? Okay, so Analyze doesn't actually load the song in, so you have to physically load the song. That's another reason why I don't like using iTunes for library management, because I don't know what the link between them is. I know you just pop them into iTunes and then they just populate, but I don't actually know in depth of how to do that. That's why I say your file folders in your computer should be identical to your crates, and you'll never have an issue like that ever. Because if that was the case, if you didn't use the iTunes, you would have a file folder called blah, 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 and your crate would call blah, blah, blah. And if you're not seeing it there, you just need to add this crate back to this crate again, and then you'll eventually see it. Or you go in individually and you can just add that single song into that crate. But that way you'll automatically know that that song is there. iTunes, I'm just not. And again, I would recommend almost getting off that, because iTunes, I think, has stopped now in the terms of the Serato link. I could be wrong. Anyone still using the iTunes on a new thing, maybe hit me up on the comments, but I don't think that's actually the case. I think they've stopped that completely. So I would get off iTunes, honestly. Get off iTunes immediately. When I plug in my hard drive into a laptop and Serato opens, all my crates go all over the place. I would manually have to move it every time it's placed. Do you know why? The only time I've ever had that happen is when, like, I share a computer. Like if I bring a hard drive, which doesn't really happen, but like, let's say another DJ brings a hard drive and doesn't want to plug in his laptop. He just plugs in his hard drive into mine, and then his crates and my crates kind of jumble like this. When that happens, that's when I find my crates move around. If your crates are moving around, that's kind of weird. Just give me 1 second. Maybe there's a setting in your library. Custom crate columns, no. I actually don't know. I don't think there is a way. Maybe protect. Oh, you know what? It could be protect library. I think it's protect library. Let me see. Hold on. Can we go to we'll just go to the help right now. Screw this. Help right now. Live help. Check to prevent accidental crate or track deletion. Try the protect library. I'm sure that is actually the issue. Okay, next one. Any tips for DJing day outside and trying to read your Serato screen? So I think the new Serato, I can bring my computer back in here. Hold on. The new Serato, if you're using the new Serato, the new Serato has this button down here that, hold on, let me just put this full screen so you can see. Has this button down. Oh, can you not see it because of the thing is being cut off? Can you see it? Can you guys see the bottom of the screen? Mine's being cut off by the mute and stuff. But at the bottom, like right here, like right below where my mouse is right now, there's a light button, and that's on the new Seratos. I would say after 2.1 and further, that you can just hit this button, and I'm hoping that's going to do this live. It does this, and now you can see in the daytime. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get it. There is another hack if you're on a MacBook, which I can run through everyone right now. This is the old school way before Serato came up with the to do it automatically. All right. So first thing, if you're on a Mac and you want to know how to do this, you go to System Preferences. You go to, where is it? Is it Display? No. Where was it? Does anyone know which tab it is? I can't. Accessibility, that's what it is. Accessibility, and then you go to the Display tab, and then there's something that says Invert Colors. And when you do that, if you can see on my screen here, when you invert the colors, you now get everything just like Serato did. That's normal, invert colors. So like I said, System Preferences, if you're on a Mac, System Preferences, Accessibility, you scroll down to Display, and you invert the color. So that is the daytime question. But again, if you have a newer Serato and you're not using Scratch Live, not judging anyone in here that uses Scratch Live, but you have that button. I set up my crates in chronological order, i.e. top 40 to 2000 to top 40, 2000 to 2020. But after I close my Serato and relaunch, my crates aren't the way I left them. Again, I say would do the same thing. Try to do that protect library. I'm pretty sure because of that, it's moving. Another question I'd have is, are your crates internal or external? Because like maybe you're not unplugging the hard drive the right way. That could be an issue as well. I would maybe answer your question and I can relook at it again. Basil, sometimes I lose cue points for some reason that were there previously. That I've never heard of, other than again the locked file, the read-only file, which there is some stuff. If you're on a Mac, it's called Batch Mod, that you can unlock all your files. It's a safe app, very small, very quick, and you can do your whole library in like 9 seconds, and it unlocks all of your files, and it allows you to re-put the cue points, because that was a lot of issues when I used to do my DVD pool back in the days, where I would put it on the DVD, you'd load it to the Mac, but the Mac would lock all the files. So yes, batch file. It's called Batch Mod, and it looks like the bat symbol. So keep that in mind. And I'm pretty sure there's still people using the Batch Mod in here as well. If you're using Batch Mod, let me know, because I haven't tested it out in a while, but I'm pretty sure that is the way to go. If you have, I almost recommend everyone that's listening right now and you're on a Mac and you have maybe issues with that, where again, you push a cue point, and then you play the song, everything's good, and then you go to load a new song, and then let's say the next night you come back, load that same song, and your cue points are all gone. It's usually a permissions issue. So again, I recommend that Batch Mod, and the way you tell, it's the bat symbol, and you can unlock all of your MP3s, and you will not have that issue in Serato anymore. Sometimes I'm on Wi-Fi, it bugs my Serato and the audio lags out, and the waves and cue points button don't match. I have to restart. Okay, that is a latency issue. That is a serious issue for pretty much Mac users currently. You kind of answered your question. Do not play on Wi-Fi. Like, that is the safest way possible. And I'll tell you now, like, I've been not on Wi-Fi and that's happened, and you have to, and basically it's due to, there's a latency issue between your mixer sending the signal and either the mixer or box or whatever sending back out the signal. And that's how you get that, where you go like this and it goes, right, which is delayed, and you have to, in a sense, restart Serato. So do not play with Wi-Fi. Like, that is key. No Wi-Fi, no Bluetooth. I don't care if you have a really good Mac or do not have a good Mac. Doesn't matter. Do not play with Wi-Fi. Do not. How do you put stuff behind your Twitch screen when you're DJing? That is like another time. That's like a whole other thing. But it's layers. It's all done with layers. So like the back is my background, and then I put a camera layer on it, and then if you see me, I put like me on like as the Cheeto guy like this. So it's all layers. So it's done that way, and it's done through a program called OBS. So I would do research, Google that, OBS. Any software you recommend for removing MP3 doubles? Spin tools. Tim is still here. Tim, we need spin tools, man. These people are asking the MP3 doubles question. Unfortunately, there's not, man. Like I said, the only not easy way, a hard way. But again, another way to do would be to do what I just show you in here, and that would be to go and bring your artists all together. Actually, here, I'll turn off my computer so you guys can see me here. Bring all of your artists together, and again, look through that way, and then that's the way you delete all of your duplicates. Like, that's the easiest way right now. When is it coming out, Tim? Like, I don't know when it's coming out. Like, we're still in the testing process, and again, like, you do not want to have it come out and then like you're calling me like, Jay, I need a library now because you just deleted my library. I don't want to do that. So I recommend, like I said, just going through slowly and surely. Another thing you can use is the new Serato has play count, meaning you can go through, and if you do see a cluster of songs that are all the same song, you can see like which ones are you playing. That's another key thing that I would use as well. Do you keep your gain volumes on songs in the yellow part of the mixer on Serato or under the yellow? What is the best advice? Green is always the best advice, hands down. But what I recommend is you make sure that all of your Serato songs, one, are analyzed, and two, they're analyzed at all the same volume. Let me bring my laptop back here. So how you do this is you come to your settings, you come to the preferences, and you see up here, it says use auto gain. What I recommend is you have all of your songs set to the same one. It doesn't matter. I mean, again, it does matter which one. I wouldn't put them too low, and I wouldn't put them too high. Like it says recommended 92. But again, I would just recommend reanalyzing all of your songs. And what that means is physically taking songs and reanalyzing them up here, like physically dragging them and redropping them. And again, not only is this going to refresh your ID3 tag, meaning your artist title column, if that's been changed recently, it's going to update the BPM properly. The key value may change, but again, it's gonna update that. And when you do that, it analyzes all of the songs that you've done in that auto gain form. And then up here, if you see my mouse, where my mouse is, that will be automatically set. And all your songs, in a sense, will have an average loudness is kind of what you're getting at. But again, I really recommend reanalyzing all of your files. Take a Sunday, Monday, whenever, and just start analyzing everything. Again, and you'd be surprised on how many songs. Another thing, like if you use Beat Jump or anything like that, even Sync as well. If you use any of those tools in Serato and you do not have your BPM properly, and I mean like the song is 101.3 and your BPM says 101, your beat match, your everything is not going to line up. So you want to make sure you have all of your stuff analyzed. So that was one thing I wanted to show you guys, is the blue crates, the blue locks. Not sure if you've seen this before. If you have, I'm sorry, I'm going to cover a tiny bit of it. But these are, I can't remember what they're called, smart locks maybe? What they do is they allow you to drag your library in. So for example, one, they lock the library. So look, I can't even fix the BPM right now. I don't think I can even fix the key. I really can't fix anything. They're all locked. So what I got to do is I got to unlock, which is Control or Command. You click the blue lock, right? So now, for example, these songs come in, and let's say even though it cannot edit. Oh, okay. So maybe that's why the protect library. So maybe I was wrong, guys. Anyone that was having that issue where your crates are jumbling, protect library does not allow you to delete the song. So that answers it for everybody. Do not put protect library if you want to delete songs. Okay, so you come over here and let's say we make this 109. Now, the reason why the blue crates work so well is like, let's say you don't know, like, let's say you've added new songs in and you want to make them, you know, the BPM proper, everything proper. You can select everything and drag it to analyze. Now, keep in mind, it's not going to analyze anything with a blue check mark. So I'm about to drag, just so everyone can see, I'm going to drag 441 songs into analyze. But because only 4 of them are not with the blue check mark, are not locked, those are the only ones that are going to actually get updated. So as you see, I drop everything in here, and boom, there you go. And it's updated as well. And then once those are done, I come here and I lock them back. So another reason to reanalyze all of your stuff, you get all of your auto gains back, right? Because again, as you're playing in the club, sometimes you need that extra auto gain, and DJs will come up here and adjust that. What auto gain does in your DJ preferences, use auto gain. What that does is that will reset your auto gain for everything. But keep in mind, you cannot have the blue check marks. So you'd come here, you'd select, and then drag. Another good thing about the blue check mark is, like, let's say you have songs that pass the threshold of too slow versus too fast in the BPM range. So as you see here, 58 to 115, and then again 78 to 155 and 98 to 195, where again, like, the value of the song doubles, and like Kid Arctic was saying, you get that bad value in your BPM. And like, let's say the song is actually 75, but it's up at 150. You're not even seeing that. What this allows you to do is drag a whole bunch of songs into a certain BPM field, and again, keep the blue locked, and only those certain songs will get dragged in for those songs that may go into that other, you know what I'm saying, that other BPM, where again, if you take the song and you add it, it'll change the BPM in Serato. So that's what that blue lock also does. It locks that, so you can still move all of the songs in a crate into that, redo all of them, and as long as you have that blue lock, nothing will change. Only the songs that are unblue locked, if that makes any sense. I wanted to, again, go into the how to store music properly. So I know we talked about it earlier, but I wanted to show you guys. So like, this is the way my Serato looks. You cannot see that. How do I do this? How do I do this? Okay, I'm going to now reshare. Okay, so like, I mean, again, this is a kind of a bad example, but again, this is the way you want that Serato cluster up there. Serato cluster, main file, Serato music, doesn't matter. Call it whatever, as long as you know that's one file. Again, I know a lot of DJs have a lot of songs in the downloads folder, right? You want to get all of that out of there, man. You do not keep stuff in the downloads folder. You want that main Serato folder with all of your stuff. And again, if you don't play country a lot, you don't need a 90s country and a 2000s country and a 2010s country. You need one country folder with all the hits. But if you play hip hop, you may want to break it down. 90s hip hop, 80s hip hop. For even me, I'm a youngster of the group. I don't have an 80s hip hop folder. Unfortunately, I know DJ Ritz and Carlos are going to get real mad at me, but I actually put some of my 80s, like the ones I know to play, I put them in the 90s, and then I know when I'm about to play, if I have to go into the Big Daddy Kane era, I know what to do and where those songs are in the library. But again, there's not a lot of songs because I don't play a lot of 80s hip hop. So just so you know that sort your library the way you use it, because again, we're all different. There's no point on sorting a certain way that another DJ does, and that DJ plays, you know, like reggae banquet hall parties, which is a completely different style and stuff like that, and you know, I'm playing club reggae, so it's always different. So that is always something to keep in mind. To if you do not need to go crazy with 90s 80s, don't. Just have a hits folder and have that ready to go. Another question I wanted to address, everybody, is you could have a large library, but not everything needs to go into your Serato library. In the terms of, you don't need everything inside your Serato. Not everything needs to be in Serato. You can minimize Serato while playing. Go to the little search field, or if your computer, my computer, search all, and you could find other songs. Keep that in mind. That's another thing. You could have a folder, like with me, I have, if you're familiar with ERG, which is like a massive wedding, used to be a massive CD collection of wedding anthem hits from 1940 to 1999, if I'm not mistaken. I have that, and it's in a folder, and it's not in my Serato, because when I search, I do not want to search for that. But if I get a request that I need to play, and I don't like to play requests, but if I need to play a request, it's okay, because I just know to minimize my Serato while it's playing, no issue, search for the song that they want, and then again, it's as easy as dragging from the crate into the program of Serato, and it's literally that easy. So keep that in mind. You don't need to add every song into your library. You can keep stuff outside and only keep the stuff you're going to play in Serato. That's another thing. That way you don't get caught up in a lot of song cluster for the 1950s that you're keeping for, you know, a one-time use, because great grandma's still alive and needs, you know, like needs Engelbert Humperdinck and for the 1941 version. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can, the knockout hits. Yes, Basil. You don't need to keep all that inside Serato unless you play out of it. If you play out of it, then by all means keep it. But why keep, and again, what I'm talking about is, Basil, what would you say? 2,000, 3,000 songs of everything, of ballroom dancing, of rock, alternative, 90s, 80s, funk, all that stuff, everything. And it's 2,000-3,000 songs. Why am I going to clutter my 1,880 songs, knockout hits, Basil? Yes. 1,880 songs. Why am I going to clutter my vision with 1,800 songs? That's insane. That doesn't even make sense. One thing I wanted to get talking about is grouping the older years. You don't need you only need one 90s hip hop crate. That's all you need. And then within 90s hip hop, you can then categorize it. Maybe commercial 90s hip hop, radio 90s hip hop, underground 90s hip hop, or deep, not right, for again, if you were going to play those, you know, certain parties. But again, grouping those years together, having 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and then having a new, like within a 2-3 year time span, you can go to those eras and those genres and those crates and play those very quickly. Kid Arctic saying subgenre and groupings. Yeah, for sure. But again, when you're doing that, it allows you to, again, click 90s, and you can see a lot of music, and you could run through that music very easily. So that's the key thing as well, man. You could have a ton of music, but if you can't run through your library easily because it's cluttered with either songs you don't know, songs you're never going to play, songs another DJ gave you. Like, I know we all take crates, man. Like, it's always nice. Like, I would love starting from scratch to just give me his hip hop folder. But again, even if he did, like, that's almost a stress I don't even want to deal with right now, because that's an influx of music that you have to go through, man. And again, like, only you know your library. So I would keep that in mind, that do not add everything into Serato that you don't need. More questions. What do you need as a DJ to push your brand, and what are you doing differently than what you see from other DJs? Man, it's hard. I mean, I can answer this on a live streaming. I started doing the cheese thing. Maybe some of you seen it, maybe some of you didn't. But I found that when I was going to go live, yes, be creative for sure. But when I was going to go live, I was finding a lot of the DJs, and again, it's not a knock to the DJs, but like a lot of DJs were playing safe because of the Instagram, you know, kicking you off the thing. A lot of DJs were just playing music that wasn't getting flagged: reggae, soca, hip hop, not hip hop, sorry, Afrobeat, dancehall. So I started to do a cheese show because, one, I love cheese, and two, I'm not compete. Like, you're coming to my channel, you're not like, you know exactly what you're getting. Where when so again, be creative and be different, especially at times like this. Chutney, yes. No, but there are. Hold on, I've tuned into some DJs playing chutney, so don't get it twisted. DNA is about to give me some chutney 8 bars, so you get ready. You're gonna look to see my chutney mix coming shortly. Do you use track colors? If not, what is the reason? Too many clicks or forget what color means? Yes, Tim. The whole color thing. Yeah, we decided that there's not enough colors to do that. Do you suggest deleting all of your lightning bolts? Yes, all of them. Delete all of them. Take a screenshot if you feel anxiety, if maybe those are ones you need, but just get rid of them. To be honest, get rid of them and re-add them to a new like, in a sense, a new crate that you can kind of go through, and then download them. Just download them, download them from iTunes, whatever the case may be. Just get a new version of the song. I turn off my Wi-Fi. Mandatory turning off the Wi-Fi. Where should you put the USB latency in the settings? Great question. Let me share my computer here again. So, what my friend Machone is asking is about the performance of your Serato, and that is usually done within the audio tab, which is at the settings. So if you're in Serato, you come up to the top here, just so making sure, because I don't know where everyone's Serato knowledge is, so I want to take it nice and slow. Up the top at the settings, audio tab, and again, I don't have my mixer plugged in. As soon as you plug your mixer, there'll be a bunch more tabs. And your USB size. So depending on your computer, this is something you got to test. This is different for every single person. You got to test how good your computer is based on how hard you're playing. So what I recommend doing is you start at 1. 1 is the best, meaning the buffer size latency, meaning it's going to be the tightest. It's going to be like a record. Like when you push that record, it's like when you do this, it's right there. And every time you move it to the right, you are delaying that. And again, you're not delaying it in a way like someone else was saying, where they, like there's a delay when they scratch because of like that. I mean, there is just a very hint delay with anything you do. So you want to keep it to the left as close as to the left as possible. But again, keep in mind, everybody's computer is different. So just test, man. Play. And the thing is you got to play under stress, meaning like I would make, in a sense, you make your computer run hot, play for an hour, play play a way you wouldn't play quick, like very, very quick, just running through songs. When you do that, again, you can see how your computer reacts, and then you can make notes. Also, again, play with it as well in terms of when you're playing, if you do see an issue while you're playing, make note of that, and the next time you bump it down more, and then again you can kind of get going through there. So again, like I said, put your USB latencies in the settings as far left as you can go, but again, it's based on your computer's CPU power, and again, what else you have in the background. Hopefully, you're not running any apps. How do you adjust hip hop to be 60 to 90 or 120 to 140? Because some songs are technically the same. So yeah, so it's based on the way you count the song. So in a sense, they're both right. The only part where I see it going both ways is how the tempo is. Technically, a 60 BPM song goes boom, boom, boom. And, a 120 song goes boom, boom, boom. So it's double timed. And although a 60 will still run at 120, it's just the way it is. So I would again use those blue check marks, and again just use the in Serato. I'll show you guys right now. When you really want to get the hip hop, I would put on 58 to 115, and you take all of your hip hop. I would say under 115 beats per minute, and you drag everything back in there. And again, do this on a Sunday. Like, do this on a Sunday when there's no pressure, nothing, and legit, you will re-BPM all of your stuff, and you'll have nice, sharp BPMs. And then again, once that's all done, Control A, and you put those blue marks, these blue labels, whatever, these blue locks, okay? Control, and you make sure, boom, that's it, man. And now that BPM is going nowhere. And again, it's also a visual marker to know that, hey, everything that has a blue lock, I've dealt with. It's a song I've dealt with. It's a song I've added. It's a song I know. It's a song that I know it's the right BPM. It's the right key. It's got the right song artist, whatever. So it's also a visual marker as well. Someone else asked about backing up your library. So let me get into that. Okay, so to back up your library, this is where the that one main crate comes in handy. So there's two things you need to back up your library. One is that Serato main crate, okay? The Serato main crate that you put all of your music into, not music in downloads, not music in My Music or the Apple Music, doesn't matter. One folder, that way you're never gonna delete a song you don't want. You'll have all your music. The next thing is your _Serato _ folder. Now, based on your computer, on how you store your music and how you store your library, that is always different. If you're using a portable hard drive, your _Serato _ folder is on the hard drive. If you're using, one sec here. How do I just share my whole screen and not just the program? Oh, here we go. Share screen. There we go. Nice. Okay, good. So you have your you have your Serato. So this is my Serato file here. And then you come into, again, I'm on a PC, so I would go into music here. Oh man, I don't even know how to, oh, here we go. So it's in your music. If you were on a Mac, it would be your music folder as well. And it's your _Serato _ folder. And what is in here? Let's talk about this. Auto import. I have no idea what that is. Tim knows a lot more, but again, this is the main folder that speaks to Serato. It like, just think of it that way. It literally speaks to Serato, and Serato understands. It's the blueprint to your library. It helps Serato understand your library. It helps Serato understand your crates, your sub crates, your history. So again, all of your history gets backed up. Recording, your Serato videos, your smart crates, your sub crates, your database.v2 file. That is the route to every song in your library and where it is. So if you were to delete that file, you're not going to have crates anymore. So again, this is the file. So these are the two files, man. This is the way your backup should look. Your Serato file, your main music file, whatever you want to call it, and your _Serato _ This is a brand new computer, so it doesn't have an _Serato backup. If I recommend taking that folder as well if you have it. This one doesn't, because it hasn't done the auto backup yet. But again, you want these two files. With these two files, you can move your library anywhere. You can move it to Rekordbox, you can move it to Tractor, you can move it to Virtual DJ if you wanted to go that way. But again, when you have these two things, you can move your library and maintain it. The second thing is, let's say you delete your _Serato _ folder. If your crates are identical, if your folders are identical to your crates, you won't have an issue. Because if that file deletes and this cannot tell Serato where all your stuff is anymore, it will not matter, because all of this will be identical, and this will not delete. These are MP3s. Keep them all in one area, and you back them up all at the same time. I recommend buying the Samsung T5 hard drive. It is expensive, but it is small. It does USB-C to USB-C or USB-C to USB normal. This is what I recommend. It's expensive, it's fast, it's portable, but again, it allows you to back up quickly. My backup time for my Mac, which has about 712 gigs, I think right now, takes about 14 minutes. All my crates, my whole Serato gets backed up in 14 minutes on that drive. And I recommend that drive, even if you're going to rebuild your crates. And that's another thing you can do. You can actually buy a separate hard drive and start rebuilding your crates. And like someone asked before, start from scratch. Make a Serato folder. 90s hip hop, 80s hip hop, 2000s hip hop, 90s dance, 2000s. And you literally just create 100 untitled folders. Literally 100 untitled folders, and just start naming all the music that you know, all the genres of music you know that you have, and just populate all of those things. Kid Arctic, yes, SSD. This is an SSD hard drive. And I really recommend, like legit, I own like 4 of them. Like that's how good they are. And again, speed is a big factor to some people. Not everybody has, the luxury of time. So you want it done fast. And again, a lot of people are like, man, if I back up my library, it's going to take up a lot of my time. Man, I'm telling you, if you have it, your Serato folder, your _ Serato folder, you have that hard drive, like I said, 700 gigs in 14 minutes. Like, man, like go to the bathroom. And by the time you're done, it's done. I really, really, really recommend that. And then again, when you go back, another thing people always ask is like, okay, I've backed up my Serato, I've backed up my _ Serato. Now what happens? What happens when I want to go to a new laptop, or I want to format my old laptop and start fresh? How do I bring it all back? The best part is everything's good to go. You got your _ Serato folder. You're going to put that right back in music, right? You got your Serato file. You're going to keep that, in a sense, wherever you want to keep it. If you want to keep it on your desktop, keep it on your desktop. I keep mine in the root folder of my hard drive. I don't know why I do that, but that's what I do. You can keep it anywhere. It doesn't matter. Just put it back. By putting the _ Serato _ folder into Serato and starting Serato on a brand new computer, or a brand new computer that does not have Serato, or opening Serato for the first time, all of your crates are going to populate. The issue is they will not be found because your new computer does not have the same routing specs, or you haven't put the folder in the same place and haven't called everything the same. That's okay though. There's something called rescan ID3 tags, which allows Serato to go through your whole Serato and find old songs. And again, there's even a find lost music. So again, I'll share my screen again and go through that. Okay, so it's done through files right here. ID3 tag scanning and relocate lost files. So the best part about that is again, when you load your new Serato hard drive into your computer, all of your crates are going to populate, but they're going to come up yellow because it can't find it. It doesn't know the pathway. What relocate lost files does is it refines the path. So it's not something you need to worry about. That was a lot of DJs factors that when they moved over, they were afraid to even, like, they just wanted to clone the hard drive because they're like, I just like the way it is. But I'm telling you, man, when you clone, it just comes with more problems, man. So I really, really recommend starting fresh. And again, if it can't find it, no problem. Relocate lost files. If you have a big hard drive, it's going to take a while, man. It could take 5-6 hours, but it will find every song. And if any songs come up after that's gone through, I had a customer call me the other day that happened. You didn't back them up properly. They were somewhere else. They were in a downloads folder. They were in another folder. They weren't in your main folder. So that's why, again, I always recommend backing up for sure. So rescan ID3 tags, find lost files. The rescan ID3 tags is a really cool way to update your ID3 tags. But keep in mind, they will not update if the blue lock is on. So keep that in mind. More questions. A tip: if you're a DJ that uses external and plug it into another DJ's laptop, be sure to have a prefix on all your crates. It will help because I have seen Serato fuse crates when they have the same name. I've also heard that as well. So DJs, keep that in mind when and if you are going to plug your hard drive in. But like that's a bad move, man. What do you guys think? Can you guys do thumbs down in the chat? Don't do that, man. Because like he said, like your crates merge with the other guy's crates. Like shout out to the answer, like by putting a prefix. So if you say like DJJ or in this case my boy DNA, if you put DNA hip hop, that is a good. I mean, it's a good idea, but man, like it's just you're gonna screw up that guy's heart. Like again, and that's again when you repopulate your hard drive and all of your all the crates are different places. Don't do that. Okay, answer that one. What do you press to unlock? Unlock the blue crate is Control, and you click that area where the blue crate is. Control or Command, depending on if you're using a PC or a Mac. Control for PC, Command for Mac, obviously. And you select the file, and then again, hold Control, click, and it will remove or put on. So that is the shortcut on that. On the S9 mixer, is there a way to have one side as the pads to have cue points and the other side to have a sampler? No, but there is a fix for that. Shout out D Money because this is his. If you want that, shout out Nax for asking this question. If you want that, I recommend this because this will do it. This because you can actually select what side has what. So I literally recommend this if you want to do that. I know, I mean, it's not that big. I mean, maybe a bit bulky for some, but I recommend this if you want to have your S9, or again, if you want to have your sampler even on the side, you can just select sampler on this side, and then you'd have your sampler, and then you can just keep it off to the side. This is an SP1 Stoivo. Sorry, I should have said that. This is a Pioneer Ddj Sp1. They made this if you had a DJM 900, which is that big 4-channel club mixer, but it didn't have any of these pads on it. This was like it went hand in hand with that, so it allowed, in a sense, it turned your DJM S9 into an S. Sorry, it turned your DJM 900 into an S9 with these pads. So that is something. Shout out to D Money who's gifted me this. Right, Money? Oh, so you have an SP1. You have an SP1. Good to go. Good to go, man. That's it. And again, keep that in mind for anyone even doing the live streams right now. Keep that in mind. If you have the SP1 and you're like, I have an S9, I don't need it. There's so many more things, man. You can do internal effects and external effects on the S9. You got this handy dandy sync button here. I know DJ and Trinity been using that from time. What else? The slicer, yeah, like in a sense, it even loads your hot cues if you want to use, let's say, slicer on the mixer or whatever. So definitely a good. What's the price for that one? So I don't think they make this anymore, and there's even a new one if I'm not mistaken. There's even a new one if I'm not mistaken, which is called the SP2. When this was not expensive when it came out. It was like $400, and it was insane because like without a mixer and a Serato box and all that, like you can't do anything with it. So it was really expensive at the time. I'm pretty sure you could pick up a used one. I mean, that there's a new one out, $350 when it first came out. Here's the thing. I'll sell you this one because I don't own it. And then, yeah, so if you need one, what do we say, guys? $100? It's not mine. Shout out D Money for lending me this permanently. So, so yes, again, if you're just showing, I see the numbers climbing and leaving, so I don't know if people are coming in and going out, but we just answered the question that if you have an S9, how do you use your sampler at the same time you use, let's say, your hot cues? You cannot do that on the S9. You need an SP1 Pioneer Ddj Sp1. That will allow you to do those functions. Do you have subfolders in your Serato? So I do, but like, for example, I'll have an ethnic crate, let's say. So I have so it's called ethnic crate, within the ethnic crate, I have an Italian folder, a Portuguese folder, a Macedonian folder. Shout out Stoivo. But that's the only time I have sub crates in my folders portion of the library. So the subfolders I only use when it's like those more details. But again, I'm not going to put my Portuguese crate in my main crates. It just again, if you want to do that, that's no problem. It's just not something I'm going to do. I'm going to go and although I am going to go down 2 file folders, I'm going to hit ethnic, then I'm going to hit exactly what I want. But it's an extra click. But I don't mind. Keep asking questions, guys. I'm running out of questions here, which I have no problem answering more questions or going through some like individual Serato problems you guys have. Do you think it's better to have all your music on a hard drive or a laptop? Always internal. My number one thing has always been internal. It's just easier. You don't have the thing of like it unplugging. If you drop, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be more careful with your laptop. Like, it's a lot easier. Like, even this, man, like this hit, like my daughter, this hit the floor today. Like, imagine this was like what I used to play on Serato. Like, I would not want that. So just make sure, man, this right here, just make sure you got protection. Always wear protection. So yes, again, if that's all you got, like again, like not everyone can afford good hard drives. Like I understand, and I've been there. But when you can't afford, you just, again, you need to lower your music, lower the specs of your laptop. And again, like even if you have to go as ghetto, and again, like I respect the mad ghetto-ness of like, if you have a small hard drive and you have to like, I'm doing a wedding tonight, and you like move your wedding crates onto the hard drive and move all your club crates off of the hard drive to just get through to make enough money to like buy it, do it, man. What size hard drive do you have on your Mac? So mine is the 1 terabyte. I have a 2015 MacBook Pro. I have a 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte is enough, man. Like, I don't want to give any. I don't know if Scratch would get mad at me, but I helped Scratch back up some stuff the other month, and he only has about 750 gigs on his computer. And there's like, that guy can play any party, man. So if you have more than 750 gigs, you got too much, man. You got way too much. And like I said, man, use that. Find all the artists, go all artists, and man, just start deleting like songs you're not going to play. Artists you don't even know. Like, if you don't know the artist, why are you keeping it? Delete, Control-Shift-Delete, Command-Shift-Delete. Get it off of your hard drive, man. I'm telling you, you will feel so much better. You will feel so like, again, man, think of it. If these are all like, you have 6 songs that are fire songs, and then you have like 19 songs just flooded, you're not going to see those, man. You're just not, man. Like, and again, like DJs have different pressures. Like again, maybe you play with anxiety, and like when the pressure gets hot at a wedding, and like the dance floor is dropping, and it's like you're just running through songs, and like maybe the dance floor is not reacting to your songs, man. It gets stressful. Why would you want to just clutter your vision, man? Just get rid of it, man, and have those very special crates, man. Very specific special crates is the only way to go. Do you keep every clean and dirty track? I used to keep only the clean versions of filler tracks. That's a great tip that actually I'm going to steal. Thank you, Stoivo. What Tim is saying, the filler songs, or your B-rated, maybe not B, C-rated songs, because sometimes you got to get the B-rated. Your C-rated songs, you could, in a sense, not keep the clean, the dirty, the clean 8-bar, the dirty 8-bar. You don't need all that. Maybe like Tim is saying, just keep the clean and the clean 8-bar at max. And again, like you could, at least you can cut some of those songs in half, man. That's a great idea. I don't have the heart to sell my SL1. Is there a fix to use it with DJ Pro? No, man, unfortunately not. That old box only has Scratch Live. But keep it, man. Keep it as like a relic, man. Like, that's going to be like for all the old guys in here, not knocking on the old guys, mad respect to all the old guys. The realistic mixer, like if you have that now, man, like that's serious business. If you have that, that's a collector piece. I'm not saying to like sell it, like keep, if you can and you can afford it, man, keep it. Like that's just something that to not to pass down, but man, that's just like a piece to have, man. That's a part of history, especially if you have a scratch live box beyond the SL1 came after. If you have the scratch live box, man, that like I want to see. I think K-Dub, is K-Dub still here? K-Dub, you still have the scratch live box, bro? Like that's a relic, man. A relic. Yeah, man, if you have that, don't sell it, man. Keep it. See, Dub still got it, man. Dub still got it. Yep. When your Serato is looking for the song is in the wrong location, how should you go about using locate file feature? When your Serato is looking for the song in the wrong location, my question is, why is your Serato looking for it in the wrong location? Is it because you moved it? Again, if you have moved it and you have now come up with the yellow, you can just hit the lost files, and the lost files will go through your whole internal computer hard drive and your external if you have one, and it will find that exact name file. Here's the issue. If you have that and your file has been renamed, it will not find that because it's looking for the exact file name, not the tag, the file name. That is it. Like that's not in Serato. That's the one that you find in your folders and on your desktop, like stuff like that. You're not in Serato, what I'm talking about. So keep that in mind. Relocate lost files if your Serato is not finding them in the right location. If they still are not finding them in the right location, there's something has been renamed. And I mean, even as like, let's say like you put like you put 2 spaces by accident and the original one only had 1 space. Like there's going to be an issue. You're not going to find that at all. So definitely keep that in mind. How do you put beat grids on a song when there is no beat grid? Okay, I can go into that right now. Anyone using beat grids? I mean, I use beat grids a lot. I am a beat jumper, I should say. When I'm using, I use beat jump for when I'm doing the 8 bars, and like, let's say like a song, I didn't pick the song in time and I'm already in the 8 bar, but again, I'm 4 bars behind, I can use the beat jump to go. And again, when you don't have the beat grid, it's not going to work properly. So let's go over that. Excuse me. So when you need the beat grid, you have to turn it on. Where is it? So beat drum controls. I think it actually comes automatic, and the beat grid comes in when you analyze your song. So for example, right here, when I analyze this now, I think that's the way it goes. Yeah. Show beat grid settings. That's weird. Why is that not showing? This is a new Serato. That's another thing too. So like, I haven't actually went through all the settings. Anyone know that? Anyone know? No, but I understand. Someone just said snap to beat grid, but I mean that's just how the sync works. It should still show beat grid though. Track and interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry, bro. You were right. You were right. So it is. I mean, that's a weird setting to click to snap to beat grid. I mean, you should have just a turn on beat grid. But yeah, so again, that's what you do. You go to settings, you go to snap to beat grid. At least that's what I did to make it work. And then again, you got to reanalyze your files. And then again, keep in mind, I will take this off so you guys can see here. When it loads, as you see, there's no beat grid. So we'll then reanalyze. Now we reload it. Boom. Now, there you go. You're good to go. Now keep in mind, sometimes the songs, like, it doesn't work properly. Are you guys having problems seeing that? Because my thing keeps going. I'm going to move this down a tiny bit. There you go. Sometimes you have to move the beat grid. And if you don't know how to do that, you click Edit Beat Grid. And then you can actually move this. So, I mean, this is a bad example because everything's on beat. But, like, let's go to, like, beat 2. And, like, let's say beat 2 was off, right? So, like, I'm just doing it because it's a bad tutorial if I don't show you how to do it. So let's say, like, 1 is on beat, but 2 is off beat. You come here, you edit the beat grid, right? Edit beat grid. And then I would recommend is, like, put your marker there so you know that's the second. And then you actually just set this and you just move it right until it comes into play. Adjust is to actually adjust the beat grid. So you're actually, like, warping the beat grid. Where slip would just push it. Like, use slip if, like, you have those, like, old funk records where, like, it's a live band playing and, like, just, like, it's not a drum machine. So, like, you know, although it is, you know, 97 beats per minute, the drummer's just not playing perfect 97 beats per minute every time. So that is something to keep in mind. And then again, once you do that, you push set and save. Now, let's say you come into a song and the beat grid's already there, but it's messed up. Another thing you can do is you can come in here to edit. You can clear it, right? For example, like, let's say you, like, you don't even want the song to start at the first bar. You want it to start at like where the bass kicks in. You can actually readjust it. So again, like I did, I cleared it, and then you just set, boom. Now that's one. Now you can, you know, in a sense, put your next cue point there. So that's another way to do that. Shout out to everyone stopping by, man. Appreciate you guys. I always get the questions, man. Everyone just calls me. Shout out DJ Ritz, who, like, sends them all my way. But I always get the questions, so figure if I do a bunch of these, maybe I'll get less questions. Not that I mind questions, but I'll get less questions. And again, helping the DJs, man. That's why I do everything, man. That's why I make 8 bars. It's just helping the DJs, man. How do you feel about DJs using other programs, specifically Virtual DJ? Man, at this point, it doesn't matter, man. I mean, that's a hard subject. If you're a professional, I think you should use professional stuff. I'll leave it at that. If you are a professional DJ, you should use professional equipment. Although Virtual DJ says Virtual DJ Pro, it just doesn't have the library management capabilities, and just there's a whole bunch of stuff that it doesn't have. So, and again, a lot of DJs look down on DJs. It just has a lot of features that are just cutting out the DJ, like the auto sync, the auto fader, man. You could just auto sync, auto fader, and then start it, and then it moves by, like, you don't even need to do anything. So for those purposes, I just think it's Stoiv was saying its time code logic got a lot better, which, I mean, I don't know, man. That's a touchy subject. Here's something I can say. I feel safe saying this. Play with what everyone else plays with, because when it comes time that you have to go to a club and you're not the only DJ on the bill, it's going to be very, very weird for you to come with your own box. And again, I'm going to pick on D Money. I got to pick on D Money. I love this guy to death, one of my best friends. But I remember back in the day, I'm playing Serato, DJ and Trinity's at the same venue, playing Serato. And D Money walks up, like, bless his heart, man, bless his heart. But he walks up with a torque, like the old torque thing, which again is like the same thing. And again, it's not a bad thing. It's just that, like, as the DJ, you're already set up, and now, like, you already have to accommodate another DJ. And most DJs are nice and are very accommodating. See, even Basil remembers. Money, legendary, brother. But again, the DJ doesn't want to have to unplug his stuff, because the guy, that's anxiety for the next guy. And that sucks. And I've been there, bro. I've been there. So do not, if you can, play on other things that other DJs. If you're the DJ for the whole night, then be my guest. There is no issue at all. But if you are not the only DJ for the night, I really, really recommend not using virtual DJ, because you like, and again, same way it goes with like not just virtual DJ, Tractor, Record Box, brother. It's just a whole new set of protocols in the programming and unplugging and plugging in all live. And again, at the end of the day, I know everyone thinks they're a superstar, but in most cases, you're being paid to do a service at the best of your ability, and that's why you're being paid. And if you're unplugging things, which doesn't seem that professional, it's just bad, man. Just bad, man. Bad look. Causes you anxiety because you're like, fuck, I hope this works. Causes the next DJ anxiety, like, God, I hope I can plug back into whatever this man just did. What do you guys agree with that? You guys agree with that statement? Right? Like, yes. Give me some yeses in the chat here. Right? Like, don't cause yourself stress. Don't cause another DJ stress. Like, again, if you're the only DJ for the night, no issue, man. Like, no one's coming up. Do what you got to do. Feel comfortable. But man, to play on something else, it's, I don't know, man. From a Tractor DJ. Agreed, from a track. See, there you go. And again, that would be the same thing if you have 3 DJs using Tractor. Don't show up with your Serato box and be like, bro, can I plug in? No, fam. Like, what the hell? Like, no, man. Like, bring your own stuff. And literally, shout out DJ Griff. DJ Griff never had an issue, man. DJ Griff always just brought his own stuff. He's like, you know what? I'm never going to take no one. If the DJ brought his stuff, he's not going to let me use it. If the club doesn't have equipment, doesn't matter. I'm bringing my own stuff. Then it's okay, because then you're just like, hey, bro, can I plug my RCAs into your mixer? But if that's not the case, like I said, man, do your research. And again, man, I mean, if you want help with stuff, I just recommend Serato, man, because there's just so many DJs that can help you with Serato. So one man's opinion, man. Anything I said tonight, do not take it for, set in stone. Like, I just my opinion and what I've seen and the interesting position I'm in, that I'm a DJ. And I mean, not that I'm a competition with some of you, but like we play, like when I'm at one club, you're at another club. But at the same time, I service DJs and make edits. So I'm a middleman. So just what I've seen in DJs coming to me, it's just bad news if you have to unplug and plug in. That's all I'm saying. Next question. Serato was one of my root folders before, but in later OS you can add you can or can't. I guess you're saying you can't. So then, yeah, man, again, it doesn't matter where the root folder is, because even if you did move it, all you have to do is relocate lost files and it will find everything. But keep in mind, you need to rescan ID3 tags first, because what ID3 tags does is finds the lost files, right? When you just load your Serato and your underscore Serato and all your crates and all your songs come up, Serato hasn't loaded the song to be like, oh, I can't find it. So if you just hit lost files and you actually don't have any yellow files, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything. So you want to make sure when you load them in, you rescan ID3 tags. That's going to take a bit. That's okay. Go to the bathroom, grab a drink. Next step, locate lost files. If anything is still yellow after that, you did not bring over that song. That song is not on the computer itself. It may be because it's not on the computer itself. It may be because you renamed the file name. So keep that in mind. Yep. I've seen DJs increase the font size of their music library in Serato. How do they do that? Couple ways. Like my buddy, shout out DJ in Trinity. I have never seen a DJ play with the maximum font size. DJ in Trinity does it. He's amazing. Like, I used to think it was because the club owner wanted to see what he was playing from the back of the room. Turns out DJ in Trinity just can't see very well. So how do you increase the font size? Let's go into that. So there's 2 ways. There's an easy shortcut way, and then there's like through your settings. So the first, like, so like the easy, simple way technically would be like the normal way without shortcuts would be to come to your library tab. So settings up at the top, settings, library tab. And then you go to library text size. And then from there, you can like just raise it up or lower it or whatever. So again, if we do this, this is more DJ and Trinity style. Yeah. Yeah, see? Shots fired. 2020 vision over here. Okay, and Trinity. This man is lying. Is there a way to analyze songs with the mixer controller plugged in? No, you cannot analyze songs with the controller plugged in. Although if you do load the song, Serato technically does analyze it on the fly. It's just you're gonna have to load every song and then wait for it to load. So I just unplug the controller, analyze your songs, and then good to go. So the next way to do it, I believe, is to hold Control, or it could be Command on a Mac, Control, and then you hit the plus and minus button. So right now I'm hitting Control minus, and as you see, it's going down, and then I hit Control plus, and it's coming back up. So that's the shorter way. I'm pretty sure on the Mac. Does anyone know what it is on the Mac? I'm pretty sure it's Command, but I'm not on. Like, I have to do it once to do it. It's either Control or Command. What is it? Hit me up in the chat if someone knows automatically. I think it's Command plus minus. Yes, Kid Arctic says Command. It is Command and plus minus, and that can really really help you out, especially if you're hopping on another DJ's laptop and don't feel comfortable. This will, help you out as well. So, okay, how do you level your samples? So that's a difficult question based on where you get your samples from, and based on the editing capabilities of yourself. With me, I make my own samples and then master them outside of Serato. So that in itself levels out all my samples. But there is a way to do that. Let me turn on. Does the sampler not come like loaded anymore? Like, I don't see that anymore. Oh, it's because I don't have the Serato plugged in. That's why my mixer's not plugged in. Or no, do I have to turn it on? I remember before you had to turn it on. Oh, yeah, there it is. Oh no, it is. Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's just because my Serato, yeah, exactly, is. You need Serato play to. Okay, yeah. So I don't have. Again, this is my other laptop. So, so your level samples. So yeah, I recommend pre-do them. Like, if you can, use SoundForge, use another audio editor, and just you can level them that way. But again, you can adjust the individual levels once the mixer is plugged in. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that you can just, again, adjust right in the mixer itself. And again, that takes a lot of time as well, man, because depending on the system you're playing, the club you're playing, sometimes you have to adjust. You have to adjust the levels right then and there. So something to think about as well. What's 8-mix? If you don't know what 8-mix is, I don't know why you're here, to be honest. But yeah, if you need 8 bars, let me know. I got you, fam. Any other questions? Any other questions? Man, we went for like an hour 45. Nice, people. Still got a decent amount of people in the chat. Shout out to everyone tuning in, man. To use Serato offline, yes. Yeah, man. Whatever you guys want me to talk about, let me know. Like, if you have like individual questions, AAA, I never even seen you come in, man. How you doing? Yeah, I want to do it again, man. I need drops. I use Commercial Kings depending on the project. CommercialKings.com. And yeah, that's what I use. You can select which drop artist you want. There's multiple. There even have samples. It's a lady from Britain, a lady from South American country, so they have like a Spanish English accent. So you select that way, and then yeah, man, you just go that way. CommercialKings.com. I believe Kings is spelled with a Z. Be careful on the Z and S's, because that, like, Commercial Kings could also take you to a porn website. I'm not responsible for that. Do your research. Just Google it before typing it in. But yeah, definitely check them out, because they have a lot of drop artists, and like those artists, like those guys, like live off that money. So they're not doing nothing right now, unfortunately. So definitely support Commercial Kings. Click the number 2 in the top left. Oh, okay, I understand. Like the offline player. But I don't think you can do the sample still in the offline player. That's my only thing, DNA. But yeah, if you have any other questions, raise your hand. I can't remember how to do that, but like I can do one-on-one stuff. I got some time to kill still, so. Oh, and yeah, so yeah, I don't have Serato Play on this laptop. My DJ laptop has the full Serato on it, but I do not have the full Serato on this laptop that I'm using. Another thing, like, because we're like all home, did you guys like declothe your laptop? Is that something you guys did? Like look how thin the laptop looks without the case on it. Like, it just looks beautiful. So I've been caseless, naked, as you will. Just at home, because like who am I showing like the back of my laptop to? So I don't know. Don't drop your laptop though, like that. That would be bad. If you have more questions, like I said, man, hit the raise hand button. I think DJ and Trinity has a thing that me and him can go live and do as well. So like, I'm not kicking you out. I'm gonna stick around. If you guys want to stick around too, we can have a chat as well. And yeah, and again, hit me up. What did you think of it? Was it boring? Was it informative? Was there something I didn't cover that you want to cover? Like, I can keep doing this, man. Like, just let me know. Like, bad or good, let me know. I can take the bad, because I just want to get better for you guys, man. So, like I said, let me know what you thought about it. If you got feedback, good or bad, I want to hear about it. Just send me an email. Send me a text, and we can even talk about it. Kid Arctic, what programs am I using to tag MP3s? I am using, on a PC, it's called Tag and Rename. If you do not have a PC, shame on you, because there honestly is no good tag and rename programs in Mac. There is no good tag and rename programs in Mac. Although someone is saying MP3 tag, there's no tag editor better than tag and rename, and that's on a PC. From top to bottom, you can do anything you want to this MP3. I'm pretty sure MP3 tag does not dive into the details of the different ID3 tag layers and stuff like that. If it does, my apologies. I do not know, but I'm pretty sure it does not. So again, if you have a PC, tag and rename, tag and the letter and, not and, like A-N-D. That is that's what I use, and I've literally used this since 2006. I purchased it because that's how good it is. It's like $25. It's the best. And like I said, man, if you got the PC, even if you don't got a PC, just pick up a crappy one, like $200. Doesn't need to be good, but like you can get your library going on that one and then just move it over. And then, like I already said, I already told you how to move it over very easily. So man, you're like good to go. Do I use Platinum Notes? Yes, I do. So Platinum Notes, for those who don't know, is made by Mixed in Key, which is a key software, which technically is right here. Actually, let me like turn this off here. It's brought to you by Mixed in Key, which is the key tagging software that allows you to know the key of the song in Serato. It's called Platinum Notes, and what you do is you drag the song into Platinum Notes, and what it does is it like helps the file, whether it needs more bass, more highs, boosts it up, compress. Like you set the parameters of what it does. I use it to if you're an editor and you've ever loaded a song to an audio program and then the last like 4 seconds gets cut off, and I mean a hard cut off. It's basically due to MP3 codecs. what tag and rename allows me to do, what Platinum Notes allows me to do is it converts it before it gets to the MP3 stage to a wave, and then everything is there, and then I can resave as MP3. So yes, I do use Platinum Notes. It's honestly amazing. It's like $100 though, so I recommend if you're gonna spend $100 and you haven't bought anything from Mixed in Key yet, buy the whole suite, because I think the whole suite's like 109 or 120 or something, and you get Platinum Notes, you get Mixed in Key, you get all of their services. So definitely do that. Is definitely what I recommend. I just seen someone raise their hand. Who raised their hand? Someone raised their hand? Okay. I thought I saw something. Yeah, man, I love it too, man. It is wicked, to be honest. Like, it is really wicked, the Platinum Notes. Again, and another thing it does is it'll boost, it makes all your volumes the same. So beyond the auto gain in Serato, it even makes all your like actual MP3 volumes the same. So the person who asked the question of the sampler, that could be another cool thing that I'm actually just thinking about that now. You could actually load all your samples into that, and then it spits them out at all the same gains. That actually is a really good idea. So that's another good thing, to keep all your samples the same, to use the Platinum Notes made by Mixed in Key. Hard drive formatting between Sierra and High Sierra and later when updating OS. Yes, I use it to set all the volumes, but it makes underscore PN files. Yes, so it does do that. So like when you do that, you can actually turn that off though. Keep that in mind. But when it does do that, you can use another program called Oscar's Renamer, which turns your file names into like a Word document. And you can like find and replace. So you can find underscore PN, replace with nothing, and then everything will go back to normal. So keep that in mind if you're using the Platinum Notes. Hard drive formatting between Sierra and High Sierra and later when updating. I mean, I'm on High Sierra. I would go in Trinity, I would go as far as you can go, as far as you can go. So like High Sierra, yeah, like don't go maybe less, because that's scary. And again, if you're not using Scratch Live, man, like don't even worry about it, man. Like to be honest, like do the research and find out like what your laptop. Like I'm pretty sure High Sierra is like the farthest you should go, but I would do the research and see what everyone else thinks and go from there. DNA has DNA. I see your hand. Give me 1 sec. Do you ever back up your crates actually from Serato to a backup to keep your cues and names? Yes. So when I back up my Serato, I do a couple backups. So I have this. So this, actually, it's not this one. I actually like label my shit. So like, as you see, like this is my Serato Mac backup, and then I have my Serato PC backup. So yeah, so that's what I do, man. And like I said, I copy the underscore Serato folder and my Serato folder where all my music is, and that's all you need. And here's the best part: if you're going from an internal laptop and you have your underscore Serato and your Serato folder, and you put them on a hard drive, right? So again, your internal hard drive, you've taken all your MP3s, you put them on here, you've taken your underscore Serato, you've put it on here. You can now plug this into a computer, and it is now your portable Serato library. Keep that in mind as well. Once again, you've taken your hard drive off of your internal computer. You have transferred it onto here. Your Serato file, your underscore Serato file. You can now use this as a portable Serato, meaning if someone has a Serato on their computer, you can plug this in, and this is now your portable Serato hard drive. Keep that in mind. So that's the reason why I do it this way. I do not use Time Machine, because Time Machine takes time. And if my files ever got deleted, I don't have time for that. I just want to be able to plug it into another laptop and download Serato at the gig if I have to. Like real ghetto shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. Always back up your crates. And yes, always back it up. Always, always, always. What's the best budget mixer right now? I'm hoping for something under 800. Well, you know what? In the times we're in right now, brother, honestly, that's doable, man. People need money. So I would be on Kijiji like every day, just sniffing out deals, man. Shout out Hey Timber on Instagram. If you know Tim, shout out. If you don't, he's starting from scratch, his partner manager. He got a DJM S9, which is pretty much the club mixer all of us are using. If you don't know that, it is the industry standard mixer. He drove to Belleville. He lives in Ajax. He drove to Belleville. Was it Belleville? Yeah, it was Belleville for a $900 DJM S9. Like it was just $100 above what you're asking for. So the deals are out there, like a $900. Like if I would have known that, I would have drove, because like you could easily turn that for $1,500. So do the research, and honestly, like as much as now is not the time to buy shit, it's kind of like if you want a deal, like I think now is really the time to do that. I would ride my bike and get it. Need a link for some dubs, asking for a friend. Yeah. Dubs are hard, man. Funny enough, actually, I'll tell you guys a funny story. I was watching Two Line Music Cut, Muscle. I don't know if you follow him or not. He interviews people. And he was interviewing Walshy Fire. And I had Jay has no dubs and has no idea. So he's interviewing Walshy Fire, and just like you are now, you can ask me questions. I asked the question to Walshy because Walshy's hosting this World Clash or whatever the hell it is online. He's asking Walshy, answer questions. So I asked the question. I asked, again, Walshy Fire, Black Chiney, like big sound. Hey, if you do not have a direct link to the artist, where's the safest way to get dubs? Muscle asked him my question. Do you want to know what Walshy Fire looked at the camera and said? He says, if you don't know the artist directly, do not trust anyone, do not get dubs. That says it all, man. Walshy Fire said this. Like, come on, man. It doesn't get bigger than that, man. Major Lazer, Black Chiney. Trust the people you do. Again, I use someone called Pantasun, who's a Jamaican sound engineer, and I use a guy in New York called Danger Mental. But man, like they're expensive. And for example, I'll give you a prime example. I got a dub plate. My birthday was May 2nd, which is, I guess, almost 2 weeks ago. 9 days before my birthday, I hit up my Jamaica link and say, who again is hitting me up on the daily saying, hey, do you need so-and-so? Hey, do you need so-and-so? Hey, do you need so-and-so? And every day I'm like, no. And then I'm like, my birthday's coming up, Corona prices, let me get something. So I get the dub. I'm like, I want this dub. It's TJ. It's called Shub Out. Maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't. Continue the story. 9 days before my birthday, I say, hey, bro, I need this dub for my birthday. It's in 9 days. Guy's like, yeah, man. And keep in mind, this guy's hitting me up every day, meaning like this guy should be able to give me the dub tomorrow. Man, I got the dub like 8 days after my birthday. So, and that's like someone who I cut dubs on the regular. So, man, just keep that in mind, man. If you want dubs, like just be careful, man. I've wasted so much money on dubs. Like I've got like, and nothing's worse than getting fake dubs, man. Like, and again, like if you don't understand what that means, that is you have paid a large, substantial amount of money, whether that be $200 US to $500. I remember I sent Popcorn, or I think I sent Popcorn $600 US when Only Man came out. The song went big, and then the man said he wants another $600. He wanted $1,200 for the dub. So at that point, I was like, do I pay the extra $600 and take the dub, or do I lose $600? And unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have an extra $600. So I lost $600 to Popcorn. So just keep in mind, man, when you're buying dubs, it's not a joke, man. It's people's money. And again, like, unfortunately, just in Jamaica, like, times are tough. Like, times were already tough there before Corona. So a lot of scamming going on, man. So, and again, like, even for me, people come to me, like, I would rather just send you to someone, because I would never want to put my head on, like, I take your money and then give it to my guy, and then you never get the dub. And then now you're like, right, you don't care about my guy, you care about me. You're like, Jay, where's my money? And I'm like, so, like I said, I would be very careful. If you're interested in dubs, and honestly, I want to say you have money to blow, and I really mean that, blow, because if you don't have the money to blow and you're not willing to like lose it, I don't get it, because like it's pretty shady. It's honestly shady. So keep that in mind. If you're not looking to blow the money, then don't worry about it. But if you are, hit me up. I mean, I can send you to the right person, for sure. DNA has a question. He's raising his hand. Bro, do you want me to like bring you in? Is that something you want to do? And you want to like talk to the people? Is that something you want to do? No, you're saying no, I'm hearing yes. Do you want to come in? Because I've been talking a lot. Like you raised your hand. What are we looking to do now? Is the best laptop the 2015 MacBook Pro? That's this one right here. I have the 2015, and no, it's not. I'll tell you right now what the best MacBook Pro is. The best MacBook Pro, hands down, shout out to DJ and Trinity who just acquired another one, and is the 2012, baby. I know DNA just said it in the chat. That 2012, it looks like that. It's a bit thicker, but this laptop is hands down one of the greatest laptops ever. And the best part about it is you can upgrade it yourself. And not only can you upgrade it yourself, it's extreme. Like, you don't even have to be a laptop person, man. Just like there's YouTube videos, detailed videos, tells you what screwdriver to use, what screws to pull out, which thing to pull up. It's ridiculously easy. If you pay someone to upgrade your 2012, God, pay me, man. I'll do it for the price. Like, come on. But hands down, I believe it's the mid. I'll even tell you exactly. So I don't want to brag. I'm going to tell you the specs of this laptop. But I, in a sense, quote unquote, have the best laptop of this generation and kind. And I'm not saying that, again, be boasty, but it's just the properties and specs of the laptop I have. So it is mid 2012 MacBook Pro. It has a 2.7 gigahertz processor, Intel Core i7, and 16 gigs of RAM. That is hands down the best laptop you're going to get. So if you are looking for used, one, make sure it's i7. Has to be i7. If it's not i7, don't waste your money. Two, 2.7 is as high as it goes. I'm fairly certain. 2.7. 2.7 is as high as it goes. So you can't get any better than 2.7. So that, and then again, $100 for RAM, which is 16 gigs of RAM, Canada Computers, $99. Hands down. 16 gigs of RAM, you're good to go. Your next thing would be the Pro hard drive. This is going to die any second. The next thing would be the Pro hard drive. The Samsung Pro hard drive, which actually I was looking here. We can just we'll look together. Like we got time. You got time. You're still here, right? I don't know if you got something to do. It's Thursday night on the 2012. Yes. Okay. Let's do this here. So share screen. Let's go, man. Go. Canada Computers. Oh, you can't see this. You cannot see this. Hold on. I hate this. I don't know why. Like, I just want to share my screen, and it keeps putting it to, like, the window. Here we go. Okay, Canada Computers. You come over here, type in Samsung Pro, and here we go. So, like, man, this is what you need right here. Like, this is what you need. The 2012, the 16 gigs of RAM, and look, and like anyone in Durham region, you got one locked up, ready to go. But this is what it is. That's Samsung 860. That's the newest one. I'm talking about the fastest 2.5 hard drive on the planet. So again, if you're going to invest the money into the 2012, you need to do this. You need to get Pro. I recommend at least a 1 terabyte. It's not on sale right now. Keep that in mind. So if you are looking for a sale, wait. This is not on sale. What is on sale is the 512. I was looking for my boy today. The 512 is on sale. That may not be enough space. Maybe it is, though. So that's one thing as well. So definitely keep that in mind about that. It's the 860 Pro. You put that into 2012. Wait till Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Arctic, that is November, man. What happens if someone needs this for the summer? Like, if you need this for the summer, Black Friday is not your friend right now. We don't even know if we're going to make it to Black Friday. September? No. I thought Black Friday's in November. It's the last. You sure? I'm pretty sure it's November. Someone let me know. I don't know. November, yes. That's facts. We ain't going anywhere, so that's true. But like I said, that 2012 is key, man. And honestly, I will tell you truthfully. Let me stop sharing again here. I will tell you truthfully that in 2015 is when I bought my current MacBook. And the craziest thing is the 2012 was not upgraded. It was not at all. It was just a normal, whatever it came with. It had a 1 terabyte hard drive, not SSD. And only had 8 gigs of RAM. I bought the 2015, and then I upgraded with the Pro, and I upgraded with the RAM. And man, it acted just like my Pro, man. I wasted money. I was pissed me off. And then literally, I spent $4,200 on the 2015, and then literally 4 months later, Apple dropped the price because 2016 was coming out. So it was like, not only did I waste money on buying the laptop because I already upgraded the next one, I then lost money like $600 because it dropped, or it was almost $1,000 because it dropped in price. So that definitely sucks. Yo, my chair keeps like going down. What is going on? Okay, so yes, is the 2015 laptop the best? No, but if you can get a 1 terabyte in it, and it's for a good price, then that's pretty good too. But I would say hands down 2012, because you can probably get a 2012. Is Trinity still here? In Trinity, how much did you get your 2012 for? Like $600, $700, 800 max. Like if you're paying more than 800, don't. Like someone is taking you for something. Like no more than $800 you should spend. 700. KW saying 500 all day. Now keep in mind, like I said, you got to make sure it's that i7, because I'm sure there's a ton of mid 2012s that are 13s. Now again, I'm talking about a 15-inch laptop. Also to keep in mind, with the 15-inch laptop versus the 13, don't hold me to this, but I'm pretty sure the 13s only come with i5s. They do not come with i7s, even though they're powerful i5s. I'm pretty sure they only come with i5s, not i7s. Don't hold me to that. Fairly certain, though. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is an $800 2012, mid-2012 MacBook Pro that no more than $800. True, only comes with i5. Yeah, thank you later. I'm pretty sure. And the 2012 will max out at 16 gigs of RAM. 100%. You don't need more than this. Like you don't even need 8 gigs of RAM if you're just running the Serato. But like I said, so $800, no more. If you get it for, you probably get it for less. $800, $100 for RAM. Now you're at $900. And then again, if you're like going to do it right now, $429 for that 1 terabyte hard drive. That's okay. What is that? What is that? $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, and you have a crazy friggin' laptop, man. And again, keep in mind, you can still, like, if the 870 Pro comes out next year, like, you can upgrade it again. Like, that's the best part. So keep that in mind. I have a 2013, but flash PCI hard drives. Yes, that is so true. Also, if you have a laptop older than 2012, there is a company called OWC, like Max Sales, whatever. You can actually upgrade the new hard drives, but those are mad money, man. I was looking at mine. I think it was almost $500 for a 1 terabyte SSD hard drive. That is better than the one that comes in the 2015. But like $500 for 1 hard drive. But again, it's that special Mac hard drive. So that's why I recommend the 2012. You can use any normal hard drive, but that 2015 has that special hard drive. And I'm pretty sure 2013, 2014, 2015, all the way up to 2018, if I'm not mistaken, all have those, like my boy's saying here, PCIe hard drives, which you need those special hard drives. And those hard drives are a lot of money. If you want the 1 terabyte option, obviously, if you're only looking for 512, then yeah. Will 8mix take requests on a track for the next pool release? Example, Jackson 5. Yes. Just if you need requests, hit me up, man. Hit me up and I do it. Like, like that. I mean, even if it's only one song, I can just send it to you directly. But like if you like, keep in mind, like with the subscription service I run, you actually get 15. So keep that in mind. But don't take advantage either. Like I know some guys are like, yo, I'll send you 15 rhythms and send me all the 19 songs on each rhythm. No, it doesn't work that way. 15 songs. But yes. Email me 8mix@trixieandt.com and I will do that for you. I see this is being recorded. Will this be available to download? Yeah, I mean, it's going to be available to everyone that attended today. I'm going to keep all the email addresses and everyone that's a part of my 8mix subscription service. But this one I wanted to keep to my really close customers, friends, and stuff like that. And then with my next one, I'll probably do like, you might even go live on Instagram Live and then even take more questions and stuff like that. But just really wanted to provide value to my customers and friends on this lonely Thursday. Anyone else have any questions? Still got a bunch of people here just hanging out. Pepsi, well, like what's up, Pepsi? I haven't seen this guy talk once. Pepsi, hit me with this chat right here. I want to know just like I just want to make sure you didn't turn on the video and then just leave it and then like go watch a movie with the wife. Hit me on the chat, Pepsi. I at least want to know that you're listening. Kid Arctic, shout out, man. Thanks for sticking around. Everybody, thanks for sticking around. Make a movie with the wife. There you go. Give us the password. That's a Zoom call for sure. Yes, there he is. Yeah, man. Any other questions? Any other questions you guys have? Or again, I don't mind sticking around. Even if you have individual questions, like we can even go in. Like Anton, you said you have a library transfer question. Like, would you want to go live with that or what's going on? Let me know. Appreciate you, Pepsi. Anything you need, bro, you let me know. Like I said, I'm an email away. And any other advice you guys need, man. But like I said, like the easiest, I love how we're all just chilling. Guy, like I'm telling you, like this is where I live. Like this is my home. It's my home here. So hey, you guys like the MP3 pull shirt right here? It's a nice one. They sent me this, like, and they sent me like a weird color shirt with like Asian writing, which I'm not hating on the Asian writing. I don't think I'm gonna wear it. So Mateague, Dave, back and forth. Thank you for tuning in. I made it kind of shorter and you pretty much answered it. We'll discuss later. Okay. Anyone else? Direct questions. Like I'll answer them now. I don't want to stay too much longer, but if you guys have a question, where's the CDJ show poster? I don't know. I took it down though. Like when I started doing lives, I was like, I'm not going to keep this thing. Like half of us are cut off. So, but yeah, sorry I took that down, Tim. Come on, someone's got to have a direct question. Like you got to have a direct question about your library. I'll even like who's brave enough to like show their library on here, and I'll go through and I can give you like my opinions and help you out. Who wants to do that right now? Kirk, hit me up privately for that website, man. That like it's a private pool. Like it's not open to the general public. So if you want that info, just hit me up either via email, via text, and I can get you the information you seek. How do I keep my library in alphabetical order? What do you mean? My question is, what do you mean by that? Like, do you mean like your crates in alphabetical order or your songs? Because your songs, all you have to do is just hit the song title and then it'll all go in alphabetical order, right? Get a bit more specific because like that's kind of a hard question without going in deeper. I have to manually move them. Yeah, so hold on. So your crates on the side do not are fully customizable in terms of like they don't alphabeticalize on the side. Alphabetize? I don't know. They don't alphabeticize on the side. They don't do that. You have to do that manually. Another thing is, how are you closing your Serato? Are you saving your Serato when you close out another? Like there's a lot of factors I see to that being the case. Even with an external hard drive like that, like, do you have an external hard drive? I'm interested to see if you actually have an external hard drive, because no, interesting. Let's look at that together then. Let's look at that together, because yeah, that's confusing. I did before, and their files would move. Is there a way to make Serato close faster? Here's the craziest thing I found. Tim probably has the answer, but Stoivo, sorry. But I found that Mac just has an issue with closing Serato. And the weirdest thing is on my PC, it closes perfectly. And like, I've actually put my Serato hard drive on my PC, and it closes like instant. Close, yes, instant. And I have no idea why that my MacBook even takes up to 2 minutes to close my Serato properly. So I don't know that. Tim, like, are you willing to come on video or audio right now and let us know why Serato closes? Because Tim is the best guy for that. He understands Serato in and out because of spin tools and what we're gonna do there. So yeah, brother, unfortunately not, man. Like, and if there's a way, I know. Yeah, but here's the thing, man. If you're on PC, that's the thing. Like, I don't DJ on PC, I DJ on Mac, but when I put my hard drive on my actual like PC laptop, it's crazy because it closes so fast. Like exit, yes, done. I can do anything I want now. So I have no idea why it does that. I would love to meet up with these DJs sometime when this COVID thing is over. You think of planning a social DJ gathering. So, man, funny enough, for all the people that were still here, man, we were planning, man, me and my boy, DJ Greedo, we were planning a gathering for all the DJs. It was going to be in Durham, Porterline, Pickering, Scarborough. And then, man, COVID-19 happened, man. But we literally had, like, what I'm kind of doing now, we had an actual venue picked out that you would come. We'd all hang out, ask questions like this, and do, like, live help like this. So this is kind of my my way to do that personally within my customers and my my curation service and stuff. But yeah, man, we really had that planned. And like, I see KW still here. KW was going to take pictures. Like, we had it all set up, man. It was going to be really good. So unfortunately, it's not going to happen until, I guess, we can get back from COVID. But that is going to happen. It's going to happen soon enough. And again, like, we want to do some business advice as well. Like, my boy Greedo, he does a lot of weddings and stuff. So he wanted to get into a lot of the wedding aspects of DJing and how to approach customers, just like what I'm doing here, tips and tricks. But yeah, man, just unfortunately COVID hit. It was going to be the first week of April, and then we were going to do it once a month, but COVID hit, and yeah, man, everything unfortunately got canceled. But if you're still interested in that, I would follow, it's called The Get Familiar Industry or Get Familiar Industry. One of those. The Get Familiar Industry or Get Familiar Industry on Instagram. And you can keep up to date with what we're doing, because we still want to do that. Just unfortunately, you know what's happening. So signing off. If no one else got any questions, hit me up on that email, like I said, and talk soon.